doing? I don't understand the hypocrisy of that. Like, I understand why I'm friends with two people, but I don't understand why she's making friends with somebody at a time when she's fighting with her friend.
Well, Dolores, always so good to see you. You look beautiful as always.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for having me again. I'm excited.
Yes, I mean, I am absolutely loving the season. It is so good so far. And I know that we are coming up on a big episode, not only drama-wise, but I know that this episode is something close to your heart because we have this charity softball game and you put it together. So tell me all about it.
A big part of this episode is my softball event with the whole cast that goes up against the doctors from Maimonides Hospital. So it was to raise money for Maimonides. And one of the reasons I love Maimonides so much is because it's mostly charity care. It has been open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for over 100 years. So how can I not want to help a hospital that's never turned one person away? And when I had my breast cancer scare, the doctors there were so attentive, so beautiful. I met them through one of their charities for the breast cancer. The breast center was the Pink Runway, where a lot of the people that have gone through chemo, a lot of the women that have breast cancer or in recovery they walk the runway. So it shows them that there's beauty after chemo and after cancer. And it's just, so this softball game was such a feel-good moment to see the doctors getting to have fun and to see my friends get to have a break from what's been going on this season because it's insane.
It is insane. Who is the most athletic, least athletic of the group?
The least?
Yes.
Are the most. Okay.
Both,
so,
yes.
You know, poor Jennifer falls and hits her face. And I felt so bad. You know, I don't know. I'm not going to say who's the most and who's the least. It's a hard call. There's some close firsts and seconds here. So all I know is everybody brought their biggest hearts and really tried. But I mean, not for nothing, we had Tiki Barber on our team, which I didn't know if he was going to show up. So when he showed up, it was like, whoa, we have Tiki Barber, like this icon on our team right now. And we needed him. But it was like 3,000 something people and they were all so good. It was 100-degree weather, but the energy in that stadium was like I've never felt it before. It was probably one of the best days of my life.
Oh, I love that. Was Jennifer nervous about the new nose job when she fell on her face?
Well, Jennifer can be clumsy. Remember the time when she fell in the water when the horses were pooping all over the place and she fell off the horse in the water? Jennifer does, you know, she's clumsy. So she knew, she was smart enough to bring a helmet and a mask to cover her face because God forbid she hit her nose, her surgery. She wasn't that far out of surgery, but she had a bruise and a scratch.
Poor thing. Was not having an easy season. You know, we were coming off of so much drama from Tracy and Teresa and then going into the softball game. Did that kind of carry over or was everybody on their best behavior?
Well, stay tuned because there is some carryover. There's some tension in the locker room, you know, but it all kind of gets washed away when we get on that field. When we walk onto that field, everything gets left behind. And I'm always so proud of my friends because I can say no matter what, and I've said this before and I'll say it again, that when I sit on that couch and everybody's like ripping each other apart, which is coming up, I always say that I wouldn't want to sit next to any other people that I know because they are really, we all have the same heart. We have a lot of differences, but the same heart.
Yeah, definitely. Were you surprised about this Tracy-Teresa feud that's kind of developed?
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Sure. I've seen it all.
Never can say that. Don't say that in this crew.
Right. But it seems like Margaret and Teresa are really kind of getting to a head. You know, we see the previews for what's going to go down in Nashville, but it seems like this is kind of really starting to bubble up.
It is. It gets pretty ugly. Listen, if that's what you're looking for in the fan world of housewife drama, you're going to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's an epic time for us. I think this is one of our best seasons ever. So that's why my softball game brought everybody closer for a second, if not just for a second, that we had so many laughs on that field, and the people in the stands were such a part of it for us. And I'm so proud. I'm having another one this year. Whoever wants to come, I wouldn't miss it.
I think that's great. So how much money did you raise for the softball game last year?
Oh, geez. I think it was like 250, almost 300, I want to say.
That's amazing. Congratulations. Yeah. That is so great. I mean, definitely a bright spot for this season. I have to ask, how's your mom doing?
Oh, thank you for asking. She's doing really well. It was hard for her to rewatch and to see, like, I actually found out on camera that my mom had to have this done. My brother called me while I was filming with Jennifer. So, you know, my mom's like me, even talking about it, telling my kids that this is what's going to happen to Nan. You know, I'm afraid to lose my mother. She's like, it was like reliving it for her. She's a little traumatized, which most people are.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that she is doing better. That is definitely a scary situation, especially, you know, in the middle of filming when you get like this bombshell news. It couldn't have been easy.
No, it wasn't easy. My mom's recovery was really rough, and it was hard on my family. And but she's doing so much better now. Thank God we caught it. Everything is good.
Good.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, Jesus, Mom, I was just talking about you. I'm doing an interview. Can you tell everyone you're doing well?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Oh, good to hear.
Okay, Mom.
I'm a new woman.
She's a new woman.
Oh, good.
Love you. Now stop wearing underwear. Then you'll really be a new woman.
Okay.
Don't wear panties, Mom.
All right.
I love that. Her ears were ringing.
If you don't wear panties.
I love that so much. I'm so glad that she's doing better. Going back to this season, how do you feel about Jackie kind of calling you a flip-flopper when it comes to Jennifer?
You know what? Of course I don't like it.
Right.
Jackie doesn't understand. Like me and Jackie are very different, but I mean, Jackie being a flip-flopper, I was friends with Margaret and Jennifer before that feud. And as you know, I can be friends with two people. I don't support the beef. I don't support what's going on between them or their past beefs, but I can be there for them as a friend. Jackie goes and makes friends with Jennifer during a fight when she doesn't even like Jennifer ever. So what are you doing? I don't understand the hypocrisy of that. Like, I understand why I'm friends with two people, but I don't understand why she's making friends with somebody at a time when she's fighting with her friend.
Yeah. Do you feel like Margaret kind of opened up Pandora's box on Jennifer and Bill's relationship? And was she a little bit of a pot stirrer this season, do you think?
I think that was a buildup for a long time. You know, listen, do I wish I wish it never happened. I wish Jennifer had never gone through that in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm a woman who went through that. My husband cheated on me when I was pregnant. I know what that feels like. It's a horrible feeling, you know? So, looking back on me telling Jennifer, don't cry, it was more like I wasn't being insensitive. I lived it. I know that feeling. What I was saying to her was, her and I had spoke prior to that episode and that scene. And I said, Jennifer, walk in this house with your head held high and be strong for your marriage, because you have a beautiful marriage regardless of what happened. You guys made it. A lot of people didn't. I didn't, you know. Frank and I have an amazing relationship, but my marriage didn't survive it. And she should be so proud that her marriage did. And it's 10 years later. And I just wanted her, and she's like, yeah. And I wanted her to be strong, even in front of everybody, of the girls, you know?
Yeah.
And she said, okay, remind me not to cry. So when I did, it looked like I was kind of being insensitive, but I wasn't. I was reminding her not to cry. Nobody knows we had that conversation prior.
Yeah. I mean, like you said, you were in Jennifer's shoes. You and Frank kind of went through this. Do you ever regret, the trajectory of how your marriage went about? Did you guys ever try to give it another try?
No.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. Once it was over, it took me a lot to get to that point, you know. There wasn't a lot of remorse at the time from Frank. And I see that in Bill, like they moved on, and I see Bill as this lovely, you know, I don't know what Bill was like back then, but from what Jennifer has told me was what I say to women when they come to me and they say, my husband cheated on me, what am I going to do? I go, is he sorry? People make mistakes. You know, does he deserve a second chance? Is he a good husband? Is he a good father? Is he a worker? Is he, you know, a good provider? Is he a kind person? Not just to everybody and not you, but to you also. You know, is it worth saving? That's something that's up to the person.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the time, Frank was not ready for a family life and marriage to the extent of what it had to be. Stay married. So it was better that we parted, and things are great. Frank's an amazing man. He's a great guy. He's a good dad. He's been a good ex-husband to me. I have nothing bad to say about Frank Catania.
Right. Did you get that remorse?
Huh?
No, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Say I don't belong here also. Like, not for me. But Bill took a different route.
Did you get that remorse from Frank later on?
Later, like 20 years later? Yeah. No, not that long. But yeah, you know, later on, Frank did, you know, maybe it took about 5 or 6 years, and Frank said, I made a big mistake. And he still tells it. And Frank will be the first person to tell any man or woman, the grass isn't always greener. You know, if you make a mistake, make up for it. I saw that in Bill. Maybe I'm wrong, you know?
Yeah. Did he, last question, did Frank want to get back together with you after he felt like that? And you were just like, no way.
No. Frank will still say to this day that we are great the way we are. Yeah. And that just, you know, for the man that he is up until now, he's calmed down. Men calm down in their 50s, if anybody wants to look around. You know, he says that, you know, right up until recently, he said, no, I would never want to get back. The way things are for us is the way it should be.
Yeah. And I know people are so excited for you. It seems like you were in a beautiful new relationship. You took a great trip to Ireland recently. I mean,
oh my God, it was so beautiful and such a romantic place, you know, for Valentine's Day. Who would ever think I'm going to be waking up in a castle on Valentine's Day in Ireland? And I love the people. I met his family. They were just like, if you took the heart of New Jersey, salt of the earth, and put it in Ireland, that's what I was welcomed with. The most beautiful people, and so nice. He has a big family. I got very close with his mom, was here for 2 months. I got very close with her. She's this cute little Irish lady. So cute. So I'm a big Irish fan, Dubliner. He's from Dublin. That's a place to have fun. They know how to have fun. Like, they just get up and start singing. Like, him and I are at a restaurant one night. We traveled all through Ireland, stayed at from a cottage to a castle. And women just get up and start singing. I'm like, what is going on here?
I love that.
I love it. I'm like, I'm Italian. We don't just do that, you know?
Right. How is this relationship different than anything you have experienced before?
So it's different. He's introduced me to a lot of different things like, you know, different kind of music. I was at a Black Coffee concert, and I'm like calling my friends like, who's this guy? How do I dress? He's just fun. Like, you know, this is his house. He's a really cool dude. Like, here, this is, you know.
Wow. I love it.
I know. And it's just decorated beautifully. And he's got a lot of swag. You know, not that anyone else in my life didn't. He reminds me of the old school guys from high school. But you know, he's cool. He's nice. He's very attentive. I love to see him talk to people. He's very good to people. He's outgoing, generous, nice guy, and so good with my dogs. Like, you know, they do, there's one. And, you know, they can do no wrong here. I bring my dogs to his beautiful home. And they just put a bathroom. I know.
He's a keeper then.
He's like, he had this beautiful James Bond bachelor pad. And here I come in like a swirl of everything. I got Housewives. I got, drama, dogs. My clothes are in the closet now,
I love it. Has he met with all the other house husbands? Does he fit in? And,
and he loves Louie and Teresa. He loves Margaret and Joe. He's met Jennifer, but not with me. He was out to eat and he ran into Jennifer briefly a while back. So he fits in. He fits in everywhere. He's just a really cool guy.
Yeah. I mean, how's it been difficult watching back this season? Because, we watched you go through your breakup with David. I mean, and him being so supportive of your family now. Is it difficult for you watching it back at all or no?
Oh God. Like, okay, picture, I'm sitting.
I know it's gotta be awkward.
It's not fun. It's awkward. Awkward. But it was the end of a relationship, and it just it is what it is. I this is what I signed up for. My life is not my own. I share my life with the people that watch the show, and they mean a lot to me.
Yeah.
So I have to live with that, and it's not always going to work out in my personal life.
Mm-hmm. How do you feel about him dating Louie's ex-girlfriend?
I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I heard she's a very nice girl, and I heard from Louie, like she's a nice girl. So yeah, I'm very happy for him.
Yeah. How is Teresa feeling? Have you spoken to her?
I just text her. She's in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
It's so funny because we had did an event together and I felt sick. She felt sick. Paulie, my boyfriend, lost 15 pounds in 3 days. I mean, we were just both like, I thought it was a stomach flu. But she wound up getting her appendix out. So it was just a weird coincidental thing. But she's in a lot of pain. And she was really, really sick. It's not like Teresa. She's a tank. She's never been knocked off her feet as long as I know her. I know Teresa to sleep one day a month.
Right.
Never been sick. Never.
I hope she's feeling better because that's scary. It's definitely not.
Yeah, no, she's having a rough time. She just told me.
Oh, geez. I know that she's, busy planning her wedding. Are you going to be one of Teresa's bridesmaids? Has she asked?
No.
Are you surprised that Melissa isn't in the wedding?
No, I'm not surprised at all. I don't think it's a big deal if Melissa's in the wedding or not,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who is. So, but I mean, listen, they get along. But I don't think there's any harm in her not having Melissa. I don't think it's a big deal. Like, I don't think it's, listen, do I want to stand in the wedding with the flowers and the bridesmaid dress? No. I'm 51 years old. Like, I don't want to.
I'm guessing Margaret will not be in the wedding party either.
Oh, maid of honor.
Seriously. Do you think Teresa has been a bit too sensitive when it comes to people questioning her relationship this season?
Well, it's a point of contention for Teresa on a good day.
Yes.
She does not like you to question her about her life. I have, this relationship, and me and Jennifer have a relationship with me and Jennifer have a relationship with Teresa and with each other that you just don't ask questions unless we want to talk about it. And that's just the way Teresa's always been. So she doesn't like to be questioned.
Yeah. I know a lot of Housewives fans were buzzing when you posted a picture of you having lunch with Caroline Manzo. I know you guys go way back, but how much fun was that catching up? And
it was very nice. We were in LA together. We were filming a TBD cooking show challenge. Yeah. So that was really nice.
Yeah. Do you think that there's ever a chance that she would ever come back?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. They should ask her.
Yeah. Yeah. Has she ever said, had interest in maybe doing it again?
Yeah, I think she would do it. She's great at it. Yeah. Listen, everybody likes to hear what Caroline has to say. Mm-hmm. And Caroline's the same as she's always been. She looks the best she ever looked. She looks amazing. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what did you do? She's like, I walk 15,000 steps a day. I'm like, all right, maybe I should start walking.
How do you think Teresa would feel about it?
She said, bring it.
Yeah.